Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the iRacing Raze Energy Cup Series. It is time, once again, playoff racing here on TRN. And it does not really get much bigger than this, to be completely honest. We look at this, points. We're going to go over that here in just a minute. Qualifying is about to happen, but we're going to go over this here in a moment. I got to share the stream and all that good stuff. Coming into tonight, there is 8 drivers trying to capitalize their way into the playoffs. Who's going to make it, who's not going to make it, who's going to have their feelings hurt, who's going to go home crying to mama, wishing they could have made it, but unfortunately not going to make it because they're not going to be, or will have an issue, or maybe last week was an issue. Either way, we'll find out here in just a moment. It is about time to go racing here once again for the Raze Energy Cup Series. I hope everybody has had a fantastic couple weeks. We did have last week off. But back here tonight, we do have next week off as well before the final championship race in a couple of weeks. We'll do that. But tonight, Raze Energy. They are the proud sponsor of the Raze Energy Cup Series. Right now, you can go to repsports.com/free and you can get 4 cans of Raze Energy, 2 Raze of on-the-go samples, 4 Broken Arrow samples, 2 Hopper Sleep samples. You can use a Derek P81 or Todd Chase 9 to get yourself that for free. All you got to do is pay shipping. Usually that is $46 plus shipping. It is a great deal, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't tried the Raze, so don't quote me, but I've heard it's pretty good. So yeah, take it for what it is, and that is not supposed to pop up. Sorry, we just got done broadcasting the Red Sox Racing Series, as you guys know. But we're ready to go here tonight. So we'll wait in just a moment before then, and getting ready to go racing here from Nashville. Derek Pemberton on track in that very handsome number 81 car, trying to get into the rhythm here tonight. It's going to be a very interesting night for him. Himself, Todd Chase Jr. Not a must win, but needs some help. I'll have to wait and see. Alex Visario, by the way, the driver that is locked in, I might add. Let's just put it like that. Qualifying underway right now, by the way. But as far as drivers currently locked in to this race, it is, so I'm trying to get everything working over here on my end because it didn't show me the schedule. There we go. All right, so over here on my end, Alex Serra is locked into the championship with that win. He does have, or actually he does not have a bonus point at all going into next week because it is a straight heads-up race. Here's Donnie heading out. Donnie comes in here now. There we go. Donnie comes in here currently. Where's he at in the standings? I think he's inside the top 8. No, he is actually outside the top 8. I do apologize for that. So Donnie is on our way right now, outside the top 8. We'll have to wait and see how he does, but Gary Smith goes to the top of the board. Gary also, unfortunately, not making the playoffs this season. Let's go. Joe Morgani qualifies second at the moment. Still a lot of cars still left to go. Here's Levi Allen. He is in the plant for the playoffs. He's currently third. He's going to go around and up into the wall. He'll have to redo that lap. Here is Mr. Cody Kennedy. He's trying to get into this playoff. He is 6th place. And he is 5 points out. So he is one of the drivers right on the bubble with himself and Brian Young. Brian Young's actually tied to get in. So that is basically a heads-up race between Brian Young and Joe Morgani. Have to wait to see who gets in. But here is Cody Kennedy going down into the corner. 25 out of Corona, Michigan. And his car is going to go around too, but he does get that lap in. But unfortunately, only going to be good enough for 7th, it looks like. Todd Chase Jr. supposed to be out on track. I don't know where he's at. There he is. Out of Munger, Michigan. 30 years old, becoming an old man. 2-time champion over in the Strictly Street Stock Series. Look at that car bounce up and down. Derek Pemberton also out on track. Ron Christians Jr. Pemberton goes to third. Ron Christians Jr. goes to first. And Todd Chase, good lap there. It's not a bad lap. He's going to go to seventh. And we still got Alex Rosario and Brian Young left to qualify. Right now they are not out on track. There's Ron Christensen Jr. out here tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Right now we're still waiting on a couple more cars to qualify. If they elect to qualify. I got a bad feeling about this race. This could be one of them races where, you know, we could have some yellows. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know in the chat who you guys are pulling for. Who do you think is going to get the win and make the playoffs? We're going to give our picks later on. Not tonight, but we'll do it probably sometime soon. Let's see who we think could get the championship once we see who our final four are. There we go. Qualifying has advanced. 100 laps here tonight. Wait just a minute here and we will grid them up and start putting them down. And here is how they will grid up here tonight. There you go. Ron Christensen Jr. out of Michigan, going to be starting P1. Levi Allen starting P2. Derek Pemberton from Overtake Motorsports will start P3. Gary Smith from Michigan starting P4. Donnie from Mid-South will start in P5. Joe Moragani from Firelight Motorsports will start in P6. Todd Chase from Overtake Motorsports, P7. Brian Kiddo from Illinois will start in P8. Cody Kennedy from the United States will start in P9. Alex Rosario from Firelight as well will start 10th. And Brian Young, based out of Canada, will start in P11. There you go. That's a pretty cool little grid. I like that. So the cars are rolling off. Gary Smith getting that EOL penalty, it looks like. I think we're having some kind of issue going on there with him, but have to take 2 trips around. See what old Ron can do here. Ron would love to get this win and go ahead and lock his way into the playoffs. Granted, I think Ron's pretty much safe. I think the 2 cars we're kind of watching here, well, 3 cars really, is Levi Allen, Joe Moragani, and Brian Young. That is the main 3 that we're watching. Not saying these other guys can't get in, but that's the 3 that we're watching. Something's going to have to happen for one of them other guys to get in. Them guys, if I'm like some of these guys that's really close on that bubble, I'm going to be very careful here, especially at the start of this race. Kind of let things work out and then start working your way up. You don't want to put nothing too big here on you. It is interesting with Pemberton and Morgani starting beside each other. That's going to be kind of a fun race to watch. Both of them guys trying to make sure they get in. Brian Young elected to start from the back. That's interesting to me. I like the call, I think. Anyway, we are ready to get going here. Don't worry about the laps. We have 0 cautions at the moment. So, green flag set to come out. There is the green flag. Lap 1 underway here from Nashville Fairgrounds. And it is Mr. Levi Allen. Keep your eye on that 41 car tonight. He's going to be a handful. Moragani does take 3rd away. Pemberton right now trying to hold on to 4th. It looks like he does. Brian Kidda goes and having some issues. I think it's just a wall. He's going to be okay. He's not going to have any issues as far as anything else goes. Not going to get no damage. I don't think so from that. So he will continue on. Levi Allen, Ron Christians, Joe Moragani, Derek Pemberton, Alex Rosario. Right here's a battle for the spot. How about Gary Smith? Brian Young. They both started at the tail end of the field. Brian Young taking a peek to the inside of that 31. Young would love to get in. We may have an issue here. Joe Moragani, caution flag comes out. How bad is it? That car's got thought I had more damage. I don't know actually what the caution is for. Here we go. Just lose it? It looks like he just lost it. That was a good job missing. Everybody else looks like makes it through. Somebody else went through that with some hard damage. Todd Chase got some damage a little bit ago. You see it right there on the front of that 9 car. Pretty heavy damage to the back and front in that rhythm number 9. It's okay though. Get ready. This is going to happen quite often tonight. Unfortunately, I do see that being the trend here for tonight. But, you know, it's just one of the things that's going to happen when it comes to a place like this. Oh, man. Alright, pace lights should be getting off the next time by as we work our first yellow of the night. Anybody come down and take tires? Yes. Don't know if that's tires or more damage repair, but Gary Smith did come down and Cody Kennedy came down. Tires could be an issue here, especially at a place like this. But Alex Rosario, he's already up to 4th. It'll be interesting to see how he does. Right now, if the race was official, Brian Young would get in and Joe Morgani would be eliminated. Young's up 5 spots so far. Biggest mover, though, is Alex Rosario. He's up 6. Levi Allen at number 41. Narrative Coffee Company, Rad++. Ford Thunderbird as we do go single file here. From Nashville Fairgrounds. This is pretty much Derek Pemberton's home track, so, but it is a very, very tough track, to say the least. Here we go. Pace car dropping in. Green flag set to come out. We are green. Alex Rosario, Donnie going at it here. Alex able to hold that. What a bump that was. Smart sliding back that hitting that bump in turn 1 and 2. One thing about this place, there's a bump in 3 and 4. You hit it, you're going to most likely go around. Hey, this is a car that you're going to have to wheel all night long. Morgani gets. How about Gary Smith? He was just on pit road, started last. He gets a big block put on him by the 53. You got to be careful now. You don't want to ruffle Gary up too much. He will ruffle you back up. We're going to just be a little bit more patient. Yeah, I don't know if it's patience. I think he's patient enough. But you got to be a little bit more. I don't know if he's patient. Oh, getting into the bumper and throwing one. Now you really got to be patient enough to do that. Gary would not be happy. Gary's a good guy, though, and I think Joe kind of getting me to do that. Right now, this is big right now for Derek Pemberton. And really, Brian Young and Joe Morgani both kind of having to drop back a little bit. Morgani's back already to 8th. He's actually in a little bit of trouble. He's kind of falling back. Brian Young, however, is working his way up. Levi Allen at the moment. As far as points go, it all depends on what would happen to Ron Christian Jr., who's up in 2nd place too. Side by side, Cody Kennedy underneath Todd Chase. Oh, there goes Gary Smith. And no caution. He does save it. He keeps going. Didn't save there by 31. I don't expect Derek to put too much fight against Alex here, honestly. I know that spot is important to Derek because he blinks a little bit there. He should be okay. It looks like he's good. Kind of early. I know that spot's important, especially with Brian being right in fifth. Kind of let things play out to see what happens is the main thing I'm seeing. Like, really, you're so early into this one. You don't want to do too much. How about Cody Kennedy? He just took that spot away from Joe Morgani. Tires are playing a factor early in this one. Pretty interesting because we've seen Gary drive up through the field. Unfortunately, he had that little incident. He's back in 11th now, but Cody has driven up as well with a little bit fresher tires, about 6 laps fresher tires. He's already up to 7th. So fresh tires are playing a big difference here. I wonder, could be big later in this race. Oh boy, that was Alex cutting Derek a little bit of a break there. He could have drove it in a lot deeper and chose not to. I think Alex does not want to mess up any chances, and we got issues. Brian Kidda, Gary Schmid, no caution. Both simultaneously. How about that? No caution, however. Interesting. As Levi Allen continues to lead. Anxious to see how these cars kind of react once we get a green flag run really going, if we get that. The pace is definitely slowed down already. We're almost a second slower than our fast times. I mean, that goes to show you how bad these tires are here tonight. We're going to have to kind of utilize them any best way we can. Not sure if there's a tire limit here tonight, but oh, Serio, big moment coming out of the corner. Right now, fastest car in the field is Derek Pemberton and Brian Young. And then Cody Kennedy, Brian Young, and Derek Pemberton. Cody's running the 270s right now. Everybody else is running 3s. Good lap that time. Derek Pemberton was the fastest that time by. Better watch out for Cody, though. He is working his way up. He's up to P6 already. Remember, he started dead last after that first caution. He's already up 5 spots from where he was. And continuing to run down these main leaders. I mean, he is 2/10 faster right now than the whole pack. Still a pretty good battle going on here for third. It's kind of fourth, or third, I apologize. It's kind of what we're watching. Both drivers having a moment right there out of turn 4. So, I want to go ahead and make an announcement. We will be broadcasting a new series starting next month, I believe. It is the Raze Energy Truck Series. It is a 10-race series. A lot of these guys are going to be running in it. Why not a better time now to bring it up? Todd Chase Jr. already sent me the schedule over for that. Don't know exactly the day we're starting, but Daytona International Speedway, Homestead, Miami, Auto Club, Chicagoland, ISM, Atlanta, Eldora Speedway, Worldwide Technology, Watkins Glen, Talladega, Nashville Fairgrounds, and North Wilkesboro. Rumor has it, by the way, we could be racing Knoxville. One of them could be getting changed to Knoxville for dirt. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case. I think Eldora may be getting changed to Knoxville. Can't remember. So Brian Kidda does go one lap down. You kind of see him moving up out of the way of all these lead lap cars. That's one good thing. Brian knows. He gets it. He's not going to race them super hard. He knows he's on the lucky dog right now if the caution was to come out. So he's just going up high, letting these leaders go. Stereo getting a bumper here put to Derek Pemberton. Stereo taking a look to the inside. Derek giving a lot of room right there. Watch the drive out from the 81. I like that move he just did. That high line looks to kind of be there. The way he's dominating that corner going up the track, especially in 1 and 2. He was able to hold off Alex. I'm not sure if that's something you can constantly do or not and gain time. Whoa. Kind of doing it again this time as well. Yeah, he gained a little bit there. Still hit that bump, but he did gain a little bit by doing that. And actually putting in a pretty decent lap. Oh, there's a shot. Look at the short track racing. .21 with a run underneath. Derek trying to hold him off. It'll be interesting down here in 3. This is kind of where we've been seeing that high line kind of play a factor a little bit. Oh, 21, big save. No, he's hard in the wall. Alex Rosario going to give up a couple spots. Cody Kennedy takes that spot away. Hard contact there for the 21. Getting that, yeah, that high line right there where Derek was running is the way you want to go. You're not going to be able to pass it. Don't look like using that low line. Better watch out for his 63. I'm telling you right now, this 63 is on rails. He is like seconds faster, or not seconds, but tenths faster. He didn't have a great lap that time. I think he kind of got on the brake when Alex almost went around. But we are ticking the laps down here. These guys want a yellow, and they want it now. We've seen so many chances of that yellow actually coming out. Cody Kennedy's like, no, we don't need a yellow. Keep going what we're doing. Todd Chase back here working on Joe Morgani. This is actually for 8th. Morgani not having the greatest of knots right now. And this is not what he really wants. He needs a good finish. He's one of the favorites, I think, one of the top favorites to probably contend for a championship. Todd Chase needing to have a good finish here to hopefully maybe have a run at a championship. See Chase getting a pretty big run off turn 3. He's right up on the bumper right now of that 53 car. Oh, a little bit of blink there from Todd. He's all right. If we can find Joe Morgani here. There's Joe. Hoffman Estates, Raze Energy, low budget TV car. 34 years old. He's done pretty good this season. Derek Pemberton, Ron Christensen Jr., and Levi Allen up front. Cody Kennedy, it's going to be a matter of time. He's going to be up there running for a chance to win because he is just like so much faster right now than everybody. Oh, Pemberton, a big moment. Big save there for the 81. I'll be curious if we see green flag pit stops. Like, honestly, if we keep going green like we are, I mean, I don't think you would. But, like, if you're Derek Pemberton and you guys start pitting, I'm not hitting pit road. Or if I'm Todd, I'm not hitting pit road. But who knows? Who honestly knows what's going to happen? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, like Todd Chase has kind of fallen off Joe Morgani. He was up on the bumper. And you can see him really working the car here. These guys come up on the halfway point here within the next 8 laps or so. Lap times have fallen way, well, they're falling down, but it ain't as big as a fall off as what I thought. Some guys are running a little bit slower times, but for the most part, we're about a little over a second off, about a second and a half or so. Levi Allen get ready to lap Gary Smith here in the 31. Unfortunately, Gary had that issue. He's fast, but he needs a caution to try to keep down the lead lap or get that lucky dog one. Well, we may have it. Brian Young. Brian Young has went around. Caution flag is out. Remember, that's what Joe Morgani wants. Brian Young, hard contact into the wall. He's going to probably have to use a quick repair. Out of turn 4, and just loops it. Hard contact there. Oh, yeah, he will have to use that quick repair as the smoke pouring out of the back of the 86. See, Derek Pemberton likes hearing that because he is right there. He's not the only one. Cody loves hearing that as well. Here they come. Down pit lane. This is much needed pit stop for all these guys. Lucky dog, I believe, does go. I believe it actually. Did Todd Chase just wreck coming on pit road? Playoff drivers, ladies and gentlemen. This is Todd Chase Jr. coming to pit lane. I think it kind of caught him off guard. Yep, he did it. He actually drove right into it. He killed the tire barrier. So the lucky dog looks like it went to Brian Kidda, I think. Yes, it did. So the race off pit road was Levi Allen. I think Cody Kennedy and then Derek Pemberton and Donnie. What happened to Christian Jr.? Wow, 5 seconds total time extra on pit road, and now Derek Pemberton with the penalty. The driver of the 81 getting that penalty flipped, and it will be I think he got caught speeding on pit road. Luckily, it's still kind of early as we're just now coming to the halfway. And what happened to Todd Chase? Did he crash again? Oh, no, he's just sitting there waiting. Now Levi Allen will retake the lead here. As we get set to go back green here in just a couple moments. Been a pretty solid race, honestly. I think we all kind of expected this. Once again, the points a big factor here tonight for the final 8 in the playoffs. We started this driver off with 22 drivers, by the way. We'll have to wait and see how it goes here tonight, but most wins this season will go to Alex Rosario coming in here tonight. Now, Joe Morgani still got the opportunity to tie that. Nobody else will. But we'll see what happens there. Next week's going to be fun. We go to Phoenix, I do believe, for the final race. Or, I'm sorry, we go to North Wilkesboro, I think, for the final race. I have to double check that, actually. Yeah, North Wilkesboro next week for the final race. Which should be a fantastic. We've actually raced there, I think, twice now. This will be our second race there. 125 laps next week. Green flag. Back out in the air. Battle right now going to be for P3. Ron Christian Jr. and Donnie side by side. Cody Kennedy, by the way, up to second. He was really fast before that last caution. Remember, he had a little bit fresher tires, so... Morgani with the big moment coming out of that corner. He drops in line. Big race right here between Morgani and Brian Young. Donnie getting loose today. 53 getting loose as well. Things are picking up. Derek Pemberton taking a peek underneath Alex. Alex may have scraped the wall there a little bit. Brian Young also scrapes the wall. Here's the 86. Side by side with the 53. Cody Kennedy likes what he sees when these two starts the race, and that's exactly what he wants. Oh, the 53 goes around. Alex Rosario involved as well. What happened here? This is going to be interesting. I think the 53 may have got loose here. Oh, he did. Right there, he got loose. And then what happened? Oh, Pemberton just gets in the back of him. I think he kind of surprised on how quick he checked up. Definitely don't think it was intentional. Yeah, 53 kind of moved down like for a block, and I think Pemberton just didn't expect him to check up, honestly. Tough break there. Either way, Joe's probably not going to be too happy. Alex, unfortunately, gets a little bit of that as well. I think Alex is actually going to be okay. Yeah, I like the idea of pitting here. If you don't pit here, you're crazy. If anybody's listening to me right now, you come down pit road if you can next time by. That few laps right there is going to make the difference in the world. We already seen it with Cody. It was about 5 or 6 laps that he ran too, and he drove up through the field quick. And he was running faster than the leader, so if anybody's listening, please come down. Morgani coming down. Alex Rosario already down, of course. He's probably taken a lot of that damage repair. Morgani better hurry, though. These guys are closing in. Yeah, he should be out in time. Yeah, they're both going to be down in time. They're just getting some of that damage repaired, not using, the quick repairs. But and Derek Pemberton, he's coming down pit lane. Smart call. You might as well get some of that damage repaired as well and take fresh tires. And we know what fresh tires can do. We've seen it. When I said Cody Kennedy drove up, that's how Cody's up to second. When fresh tires paid off. So if the race was to end now, by the way, Cody Kennedy would be the driver in the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, I have to double check, but yeah, because Brian Young would be, yes, Brian Young would be out at the moment. Because he is 1 point ahead of Cody Kennedy. Actually, no, Cody Kennedy would not be in. He would be out by 1 point. He needs Brian to finish 6th. Whew. Anyway, pace lights are off. We're going to go back green flag racing here from Nashville Speedway as the pace car takes a left down pit lane. Green flag set to happen. Everybody looks good on the restart. Green flag is out. Seen these two guys a moment ago. Derek Pemberton and the 81. Joe Morgani trying to work his way up here as well. This is just fresh tires, man. Oh, 81 got to be careful. Alex Rosario underneath. See, that's what I'm looking at. Look at these fresh tires. Oh, Derek Pemberton hard into the wall. More contact into the wall. Able to keep it going in one direction, but not looking good for right now the 81. Here's the 45. Battling Cody Kennedy. Levi Allen is gone, by the way, once again. By the way, we will do a live points update for these guys. We get a yellow. And Donnie's involved. And somebody else was involved here as well. And I've been muted. I'm sorry. So I apologize. We're ready to go back here in just a moment. As we get set, that was a pretty interesting race there, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens as far as runs. Like, what happens if we get a 20-lap run here? If you're these guys that's in the playoffs, I don't think you could pit. Like, really, man, I don't know. This is becoming one of the races. If we get like, I just got a feeling we're going to have like a 10 to 15 lap run here. And then that's where things are going to get a little bit dicey as far as if you stay out. Like, really, if you're Derek, I feel like you have to stay out. If you're Todd, you stay out. Really, maybe even Cody. But the rest of these guys, what do you do? I don't really know. Like, Joe Morgani's really racing Brian Young. I feel like Brian would stay out, but if Joe stays out, that's going to hurt Joe because Brian would have fresher tires. So I don't really know how this is going to work out. I mean, what if Todd Chase stays out and gets up there and has a chance to win this race and wins it? You're talking about a wild. That'd be wild. That would throw a wrench into everybody's plans. Ron Christian Jr. up to third. He's still locked in at the moment, but we're going to find out. We're getting close here to 73 laps in as soon as we hit the line. It's the green flag back out in the air here once again. I mean, right now I don't think anybody's touching Levi. Like, just being personally honest. You're going to have to hope that he makes a mistake. 45, getting a little bit of the door there on the 63. That's going to allow Joe Morgani to close the gap up. He's got that feeling to it. Cody's not going to be pushed around here as well. He's running for a championship too. Last thing Cody does want to do is let Morgani in front of him though. Oh, this is getting a little hairy here from these guys. One mistake there, it might have been. Ron Christensen had a moment. Does do a good job of keeping that car straight. That bump coming out of the switch scares me. Cody doing a good job. You know what I like about this track? I'm sitting here watching this. Both lanes are kind of working. Cody's doing a great job hanging there. Gary Smith's doing a good job hanging there on the outside as well. I mean, both lanes are working. We're 3 rows deep here before the second position. This time, Ron takes that second spot away. Oh, Cody gets into contact with 31. Hard racing right there for 5th as well. Here comes the crossover move. Pemberton, oh, 53 gets loose. And Pemberton takes that away from Morgani, but it does not help Pemberton if he finishes in front of Morgani. That's the thing. It does not help him. He's going to have some bad luck. He needs Cody as well. Maybe to finish in front of Cody. He's got to finish in front of Cody too. Morgani now under attack from Veselio. This is a big race right here because Brian Young is closing on Morgani. This is the biggest race of them all. It's the 86 and 53. 86 would love to get around that 53 car. He's got fresher tires. That's the thing. Just got that feeling. Like I said, we're going to have about a 10-lap shootout. Watching Z. Maybe a little bit more now. Gary Schmid taking second away. Oh, contact. Derek Pemberton making a little bit of contact there. This may bring out the yellow. That was Ron Christians Jr. That may honestly knock him out of the playoffs. He was only 2 points ahead of Levi Allen and Joe Morgani. That is not what Christians needed, yet he is well off the pace. Oh boy, oh boy. Derek said he had to be aggressive. Is that the aggressiveness that we was talking about? Yellow flag looks like it could come out. And it does. Big break there for Ron. But here's the contact, the 66, tag at 0-0. What do you do? If you're Pemberton and Allen and all them, now here's your chance. Oh, man, I don't know. I think it depends on the leader. If he goes in, I'm staying out. I know that's a big gamble. And there you see it. The move's made. Derek Pemberton stays out. You talk about a gamble. This is, I don't know, man. Them fresh tires and nobody else stayed out with him. He's got to hope for yellows now. Now, wait. Brian Kidd is staying out. Let me make sure that this... Is this Brian's playing? Now, if Brian stays out, that is a little bit of a buffer there for the 81. Surprised Derek didn't actually pit and take a quick repair there, but I kind of like the idea of staying out, though. I don't know. I really do not know. Well, Brian Kidd does pit. Alex actually came back up there real too. That's interesting. Gary Smith comes out in second. Now, Gary and Derek's been getting along pretty good. You know, I'm not saying there's going to be any kind of collusion between these two. To maybe, hey, you know, help me out a little bit, friend. I don't think that. I think Gary would rather, you know, win himself personally, but you never know. Well, here we go. It's going to be no tires versus 4 tires. This is definitely going to be interesting. 81 needs to make sure he gets a good start here. As pace car is in, and the green flag going to be out in the air, and that's going to be a questionable restart. That may have to be looked at by the race controls. And Derek won't, even though Derek is a race control, he will not be able to look at that. I don't know if it's going to matter too much, but here comes Levi Allen looking underneath Gary Schmidt. Oh boy. Yeah, Derek's in a little bit of trouble here, I feel like. Here comes the 31, driving underneath. Side by side. Gary Smith to the lead. Levi Allen going to go to second. Cody Kennedy. No, third. Now trying to go to third. Yeah, dang, that's going to hurt Derek now. You never know what's going to happen here late in this race. Still a good battle we're watching right here. Here we go. Brian Young. Joe Morgani. Oh, the 53 turns Derek into the wall. And caution's going to come out. Derek probably actually needed that, to be honest. But here's the replay of this. I think Derek may actually turn it down a little bit here. Let's see. Kind of look very similar to what we've seen earlier. I think, you know, Joe wasn't expecting Derek to check up, and Derek just gets involved. You definitely got a pit here if you're the 81, and then from there, you got hope for the best. Like I said, I don't think Morgani did anything wrong in that. I don't think Derek really did anything wrong. I think it was more Derek knows what's on the line. I think that's just more points than anything. Definitely don't blame Morgani by any means for that. And I really don't blame Derek too much about it either. I think that's just points racing. They know what's on the line. Pace light should be going off this time. By the way, I got to shout out Chance Crum. He was a driver we used to broadcast on Speed 51. He got on a new team. Good job with St. Lives with 39 car. Alrighty, here we go. Can Gary Smith hold on to win officially his first race this season? Find out as the pace car is in. Green flag out in the air. That's great and all, but we're kind of watching this battle, kind of going back and forth here. How about Todd Chase? He's working his way up through the field. Gary Smith still leading. Watch for some chaos to start happening here. This is about that time of the race where everything can change. When points are on the line, everybody knows it too. Morgani racing Brian Young really hard here. Maybe got the wall. I think Morgani actually tagged the wall a little bit. Here comes the 9. Chase cut the 53 a break. May have a car going around. Oh, big trouble. The 0-0 around. Caution flag may come out. No caution flag. Donnie in trouble. Brian with a little bit of that. No caution flag. Gary Smith, Levi Allen side by side up front. Levi trying to go ahead and lock his way in with the win. Gary looking for that first win. Cody Kennedy would love to be able to win this race. If he does, he would lock his way in. Ron Christian Jr., that's where a lot of things are going to get interesting when it comes to the points. We're going to find out here in just a moment as we are coming to a white flag next time by. What's going to happen with the battle right here? Brian Young trying to hold on. Here comes Cody Kennedy looking underneath for second. Oh, we may have a wreck. Will it bring out the yellow before the caution? Yellow flag is out. We're going to overtime. Todd Chase Jr. may have had help, and it was Ron Christian Jr. and Todd Chase making contact. And here's the replay. Once again, just points on the line. Both of these drivers know it. And that brings out the yellow. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, right now, I don't know how this is going to set up. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if Christian's in. I have no clue. Right now, it might be Kennedy or Young and Morgani. I don't know. I have no clue. Or it might be Christians and Young. Or Kennedy. I don't know. We're going to find out because as soon as this race is over, we're going to do the points just straight away. And I will know immediately. Like, it might take about 30 seconds for me to figure that out. Pace light set to go off this time. If anybody's had a beef with you this season and they're in the playoffs and right there on the bubble, and maybe you're not, that would be the time to end that for them. Or you might have to wait till next week. Just saying. Here we go, boys and girls. Pace light's going to go off next time by at the stripe. And we're going to see who the final four are going to the championship. Levi Allen on the front row. If he wins, he automatically locks himself in, but we got a feeling he's going to be okay either way. Even if he finishes second, he should be good. We think. We don't really know. I'm going to be honest. We really don't know. We're going to find out. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. Definitely going to be close, though. Pace car is in. Will this be the final restart before the end of the regular season? Green flag's out of the air. Big opportunity here for Joe Morgani underneath the 86. You're looking at probably the biggest run he's had. Gary Smith putting the bumper to Levi Allen. White flag will be out. Levi Allen able to clear this time. Brian Young, watch for a bump to happen from him. There goes Allen out of the way. He is in trouble. Will that end his playoff run? Oh, no. Gary Smith wins. What happened to Levi Allen? Now, Levi may finish since... Oh, did he have help? He just got loose. Overdrove the car. Had a little help, not much. Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations to our winner, Gary Smith, after a wild finish. We don't know how this is all shaping up yet. We got to wait and see. Give me about 30 seconds. Oh, 86. Well, I don't think he meant to do that, but anyway. Congratulations, Gary Smith, by the way. That was a well-deserved victory. Drove his tail off on that one. All right, guys. Here is your final points results. I just went to choose file. We hit the upload results. Your final four for the 2020 iRacing Legacy Cup Series. Will go to, you find it right here, Alex Visario, Ron Christensen Jr., Levi Allen, Brian Young. The rest of the field all misses it by 1 point, with the exception of Derek Pemberton and Todd Chase. Oh my goodness. Well, there you go, guys. We're going to talk to the race winner right now, as Gary Smith puts it in victory lane. We may have to wait. Hopefully he comes in. There he is. Gary Smith. I think just came in. No, he did not. Brian Young finishes P3. Brian, it's Adam up in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, man. Probably not as bad as you. Making the round or final four. That's got to feel nice. Barely squeezing in. Good racing there by you and Morgani. Kind of a bittersweet moment for him, I'm sure. But either way, man, putting yourself into the final four. Talk us through that. That's a nice run you had tonight.
You know what? It's never fun having to race a teammate for a spot like that. But
Yeah.
you know what? It's racing, and you got to try. But you know what? I've struggled with this track. I ran another race on it I think it was Sunday, and I struggled there, and I had to try and find some pace, and I just barely managed to find it.
Yeah, and now from here we go to North Wilkesboro, where Morgani was the winner last time, and you finished sixth in that one as well, finishing third here tonight, however. What's your thoughts going back to that track?
Yeah, it's going to be more practice and everything. Again, short tracks have never been really my best strength or specialty or anything like that, so definitely something I'm working on right now.
For sure on that, man. Any shout-outs you want to give out tonight?
Gotta love the team, and you know what? We're trying to do our thing here.
Hey, go win a championship next week, buddy.
I will do. Thanks, you.
Man. There you go, guys. Your 4 drivers we just announced. And it was a wild finish here tonight. We have Gary Smith or Cody Kennedy. He's not in here, unfortunately. But Alex Rosario, Ron Christensen Jr., Levi Allen, Brian Young. That's going to do it. Unless we get somebody else in. I don't think we got anybody else. But, yep, that'll do it for us, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. We'll see y'all Saturday for the Turkey Bowl. That's going to be a fun one. Y'all have a great night. Take care.